Good evening, traders. Good evening. Just checking. Okay, good. It's all streaming. Okay, so I'm going to run through currencies looking for any kind of pullbacks within the trend. So for example, here, euro, dollar on the daily. Everything's on the daily. And so we've got a potential setup here. I'm going to update this. There's a potential setup there. So I'm going to add that to my list. This is all this week. I'm looking for to find support basically. So I'm looking for that. My order's placed. I just have to update it. Sterling qualifies as well, so sterling is now also on this. I think a really good place would be sort of from here. So in other words, it comes back and tests the old high. So it's possible that we won't actually see anything until tomorrow. We might go down and then finish with bullish candles tomorrow. So, but then in theory, the orders wouldn't trigger anyway. So Aussie dollar is really big, and I had an order placed on this yesterday, and then there's a setup here now. Where it gets interesting is that not so much Aussie dollar, it was Aussie CAD. It's a very, very big candle. So reward to risk is not great. So I would pass on it, but I do think it's a setup, or a potential, but it's not a good setup. It's terrible. Kiwi, I put the question mark there because I want to see if it would go up from here, and it hasn't. So that can go. Okay. So these are also both, they're all valid. Okay, dollar yen. No setup yet. It's a bearish engulfing candle with some bearish divergence kind of thing. I think it's going to be a bit choppy from now on. I'm going to pass on that. Dollar Swissy, I'm going to move that up to here. I like this. To me, dollar Swissy is a better setup to go short than euro dollar is to go long. So just going to say that. And although they are inversely correlated, they are not 100% inversely correlated. They are anywhere from 70 to 90%, but not always. Dollar CAD, this could be a potential setup here. I like that. So dollar CAD is going to get on my list. Dollar CAD to the downside, short bearish continuation. So all these setups are generally continuation setups. In other words, looking for a trend to continue. Not really seeing anything there. Let's look at euro yen. So remember, I was looking for deeper pullbacks on the yen pairs. Technically, this is a second down day. Hi, Usman. Let me go back to that. So the question is, do I think dollar Swissy will fall and drop off on the weekly chart? You mean below this level? It's too soon to tell. It's too soon to tell. It might very well be looking to go back down to that. Yeah, we should assume that if the trend is intact until it isn't. So let's say for now it's going to certainly continue down to try that. So euro yen is technically qualified, but I don't think it's ready yet. Euro Swissy. Oh, there we go. So I spoke about this yesterday being bullish, and I expected a continuation, which is what it's done. I mean, that was relatively, I'm already in on euro Swissy from down here, the setup here, so I'm already in on it. But yeah, I expect this to continue. Euro CAD, I didn't have much clarity there, so not sure. Euro Aussie, not sure. Excuse me. My day starts pretty early. I'm at my desk anywhere from 6 to 7, and then here we are at 8. So I do other stuff during the day. I don't just sit at my computer. I'll walk. We have just come back from walking the dogs, and obviously I go out and I run errands. But I have a routine of day trading first thing in the morning, and then looking for setups at end of days. So my days are long, but not necessarily all trading. Nothing. Pound yen, same thing as euro yen. Exactly the same setup. I don't think it's ready. I don't think it's had a deep enough pullback. Deep pullbacks are better for the probability of the trend continuing is the same. Whether the pullback is a little bit or a little bit more, it doesn't really change whether the trend is ultimately going to be strong or weak or whatever, but it does change the reward to risk setup. Yeah. Pound Swissy. Oh, there we go. I like this one. So pound CAD. I actually even put the arrow there yesterday because I was like, well, we might get it. So pound CAD, I like the look of. Why? Because it's pulled back to this level. It could come back down to here. So it could possibly touch these and then carry on. But I like that. Pound Aussie, no setup today. Pound Kiwi, no setup today. Oh, okay, this one didn't go. So here's a setup that that didn't break through. There was some resistance there. Can't remember what I said about it yesterday. I said it looks like it might be a breakout to this level, but it didn't. Okay, so there we go. I can't remember if I was, but, and then this one as well, Aussie CAD. Oh, this is interesting because here it's found resistance at this point on the weekly. It's found resistance here and could continue down. So I find that very interesting. So I'm going to remove this and just wait and see. We have a strong level of resistance. We've rejected it. We actually could see Aussie CAD continue down. So step aside on that one. Aussie Swissy, we potentially come back into these old highs. Arguably that's a setup. It's just a very big candle. The problem is that you enter the stop loss, then your 1-to-1 and 3-to-1 become very big. Aussie yen is a better setup. I like this. So there we go, Aussie yen. I'd love to see it have one more down day and get a small candle and then take off. So Aussie yen, I like the look of. The reason I like this approach is because if a lot of the time the candle, you won't get triggered into the trade if the trend doesn't change. Yes, occasionally you do, but not so often that it makes it not worthwhile trading. And this is a brute force approach to trading. This isn't always about always looking for 3-to-1s, or it's not. It's about the fact that if the market is moving, you get a trend, you capture what you can. You just, like, if it moves for 2-3 days in your favor, and your stop loss is trailing, and then it comes back, you get break even and a bit of profit. So it's just like it's basically a very sort of Larry Williams approach of, you know, if you get 5-6 bars in a row, that's what you get. See, look at this one. Look at KiwiCAD's weekly chart. It looks very much like it's keen on a sort of trend continuation. Get rid of that for now. Not seeing anything. It's a mess. Could be a setup here. So this is Kiwi Yen. Same thing. Yeah, and CAD Yen looks the same as Euro Yen, looks the same as Pound Yen, Swiss Yen, they all look the same. They could very well continue up. I would prefer deeper pullback. I'd really like to see one more down day, and then it's a good setup. Excuse me. And CAD Swiss Yen looks bullish. I think it's going to keep going up to the upside. This is effectively a double bottom or a triple bottom, if you want to count this pullback. But that pullback and that pullback's a double bottom, which means it should continue up. Double bottom in an uptrend is a very strong sign. Gold. Oh, I commented on that, but I didn't think it was going to turn around. I think that's what I was saying. I mean, that's a bullish candle at a level of support, but it just keeps creeping lower. And you can see how price is stuck underneath the 20 and the 10 moving averages. Just keeps wanting to go low. Silver, yeah, it's in that area. So nothing there. Okay, so let's wrap this up and let's go through to the other stuff. I wouldn't even trade this short. Definitely bullish divergence there. What we could find is it drops and then ends up pushing back. I wouldn't trade that. Natural gas. I said to you yesterday, if I do get a pullback, I'll be looking for another buy opportunity. So I'm just going to move this out. But if I get a buy opportunity here, I would probably take it. Crude oil, nothing. Brent crude, nothing. Wheat, I need a pullback on it. Pullback on wheat. Nothing. This is just, you know, I said it was garbage yesterday. It's just shockingly bad. You just cannot, there's no money to be made there. Sugar is still bullish, looks good. And then I spoke about sugar, saying it's overextended, but it really looks bullish. I want to see what happens with this. Cotton, just weird behavior. Nothing there. Okay, so the indices have come back here. I'm looking for a bullish setup here. So I want to see a bullish setup here. Now, you could do the same approach that I've just done with currencies, put your entry above the high, stop loss below the low, and just see if it takes off. But I'd like to see a nice bullish candle tomorrow. Not something like this, ideally, but something like that. One of these kind of small things tomorrow would be great. Yeah, I'm going to... Arguably, they could all go tomorrow. So let me, for the record, say yes, they could all take off tomorrow. They've had a move up, they've had a pullback, and they could keep going. but I do think we're overextended. I really would like to see a move lower and come back into this area. So I'm going to pass on those. I'm going to just say no, no, no. DAX, this could be something. The only concern I have here is this, and it's a valid concern. From there to there is just looking weird. From there to there just looks weird. It's not right. Looks like it's struggling with that level. This I need to pull back on. We've broken through that line, so I think I can safely remove this. It's good. Broken out. Nikkei. This looks fine. So that could be a setup. Again, I would rather one more down day. Little green candle tomorrow, like basically another fresh low tomorrow that closes with a high at a high, slightly higher. So that it's got a nice little green candle would be amazing. Apple, no setup. Amazon, no setup. No setup. ARC, possible setup. Possible setup. Glencore, no setup. Tesco, obviously a nice little bullish candle in this area, but I'm going to pass on that. Amex, that one never got broken, so nothing happened there. So let's get rid of this. Nothing, no setup. Possible setup. Possible, nice little bullish candle in that area. Could be something. Berkshire. Coca-Cola, no, well, it's moved higher. That's fine, I'm going to remove that. No setup on BP, Exxon, General Motors, JP Morgan. I'm very keen to break higher, but we'll see. Adidas. Oh, that's it. I marked this yesterday, question mark, because we had a little break onto the old high, and therefore we could have taken off from there. I do think we'll probably go higher, but not now, and so that is therefore invalidated, so I could just remove that. Meta platform, nice and bullish. Look at that little, just the sweetest little kiss off the top here. Boom. Could be nice. Just going to mark it as a nice little thing. Could be something. Could be nothing. Could be something. It's interesting because I notice on the stocks I tend to not trade them necessarily unless I see a really good setup. Right now they're all a bit all over the place. What I want to see is more of them starting to become bullish, and then I would start engaging on lots of trades like this in the same way. That could be a potential setup there. PayPal is looking great. Look at it starting to push through that level. I'm very happy to see that happen. So PayPal's starting to turn. Spotify looks fine. That could be something significant. This one is a very nice bullish candle in this area. Just this weird sort of bearish divergence, but it could be something decent. So Spider, I think, could be something good. FedEx, I need a little bullish candle here. It's in the right place. Tesla is on fire right now, so that's pushed much higher. That's good. Vanguard, looking good. Just look at that beautiful flat breakout and go higher. Very nice. Could be something there. This could be something as well. Bonds. You know what? I'm going to scrap that. Right now, there seems to be an appetite. I'm not really worried. I'm not too... oh, what did I say? There was Vanguard. Yeah, so bonds, I'm going to leave for now. I think they may just continue. I'm going to leave them for now. Just completely skip them. Let's see how cryptos are doing. Having a good day. There we go. There is a very nice break of that level. I like it very much. And that would be it. So this, to me, would be... It depends on your trading style, but that's a buy signal. That would be a buy. You'd break that trend line. That was something I was expecting to happen. We've had a really nice move, and then I'm going to leave it that way. Ethereum's also to the upside. That looks good. It's got a longer way to go before it breaks this, but it's a good sign that Bitcoin has done it. Solana looks bullish. Let's have a look. There could be something here. This could be. So when we talk about trade ideas, I'll come back to that one. I'll come back to that one. So when we talk about trade ideas, a trade is where you see something which has got a very, you've seen the pattern before, it's got a very high probability. And you can also determine that you could put a stop loss somewhere so you can cap your risk. So let's just say, for example, that all the cryptos are going to go up from where they are now. We could argue this is very overextended to the downside. We can see there's a strong rejection here and a series of little rejections over there, and we've got a bullish candle here. So it's not a, if you said to me, well, what if I put my entry above the high of this candle and my stop loss below the low here, or my stop loss below the low here? And if cryptos are indeed going to bottom out and go up, and we're going to see them start to go up, then that would be a really good trade. Is it a stupid idea? No, it's not a stupid idea. We can see the markets are bullish. We can see Bitcoin and crypto are starting to break higher. It's not crazy to think that correlation, that other cryptos are going to start to move higher. It's also not crazy when you look at this one specifically, an entry here, stop loss below that level of support, that is a place to put your stop loss, and that's also valid. Both are valid. This one offers a greater reward to risk, higher risk, higher return. This one offers lower risk, lower return, but there's still risk. So just trying to explain that you can have lots of trades of good ideas when we often, if they turn out to be losing trades, we just assume they were bad ideas, but actually they were good ideas. They just always have that risk of becoming a losing trade. Cool. And that is it from me. I really like that. So the other thing that I want to do is I haven't had a chance. I've been very busy. I've been on holiday. I need to go through my stocks portfolio. I need to go run through and see what other stocks are looking good and put out a bit of a plan. And this is more of a stocks portfolio thing of, adding to the portfolio, going through it. So look, this looks good. Usman, in answer to your question, to me, this looks like it's just going to keep ticking up to this side. I see the bearish divergence there. I see that. Excuse me, I see that. But it's a bit funny over here. But yeah, it's, it could still keep going. Policies, their policies, monetary policy probably hasn't changed. It'll probably just keep ticking up as it does. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that, guys. Traders, have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow, same time-ish, more or less. Thank you.